9 hikers, dead in the Ural Mountains, their tents slashed from the inside, bodies scattered in the snow, some half-dressed, one missing her eyes, another her tongue, and to this day, no one can explain why. It was 1959 in Soviet Russia. A group of skilled hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, set out into the icy wilderness of the Ural Mountains. They never made it back. When a search team finally found their camp, the scene was disturbing. The tent had been ripped open from the inside. Some bodies were found barefoot, wearing only underwear, in sub-zero temperatures. Some had severe internal injuries, but no signs of struggle. One had a fractured skull. Another was missing her eyes and tongue. Even stranger, traces of radiation were found on their clothing. So what happened? For decades, the official story went like this. On February 2, 1959, the Dyatlov group set off from the nearby village of Vitsai, hoping to reach the summit of Mount Otorten. 2 days later, they made camp at an elevation of about 800 feet. That's when a sudden avalanche of loose snow and ice buried their tent. Unable to free themselves, the terrified hikers cut open the tent from the inside and fled into the freezing cold. They didn't get far. The intense altitude, bitter cold and exhaustion overcame them. One by one, they collapsed in the snow and died. But this explanation doesn't sit well with everyone, especially those who knew the Dyatlov group. Like Yuri, he was supposed to be part of the hiking group, but he injured his knee and had to stay behind in the village. Yudin told investigators that the group was experienced, well-equipped, and prepared for all kinds of weather. They wouldn't have been caught off guard by an avalanche. Then there's the strange behavior of the hikers. All of them had significant injuries, but none of them showed any signs of struggling. Experienced outdoors people say that even in the most dire circumstances, your first instinct is survival. But these hikers seemed almost passive in their suffering. And then there are the mutilated bodies. According to the official report, an animal might have dragged some of the bodies away and partially eaten them. But Yekaterina Sherbakova, a forensic expert, disagrees. She believes that all 9 hikers were killed at the same place and their bodies were mutilated deliberately. But perhaps the strangest detail of all is that traces of radiation were found on the clothing of the deceased. You would think that if these hikers panicked and ran out of their tent, they would have been covered in snow and ice, not radiation. Could there be another explanation? Maybe. For years, rumors have swirled around a top-secret Soviet weapons test. According to legend, the military was testing a new sonic weapon in the mountains. The device emitted an invisible force that could disintegrate human bodies. But this story is almost as tall as the Urals themselves. There's no evidence that sonic weapons were ever tested in the area, so let's leave that and the radiation for now. What about something a little closer to Earth? Vladimir Rubtsov, who led one of the search teams, believed that the hikers were the victims of a local man-eater. There had been rumors of a ferocious wild man living in the hills. Could he have attacked the group? Maybe, but it seems unlikely. No one ever found any trace of a struggle. As for the mutilation, the official explanation is that animals dragged the bodies away and ate them. Well, I guess that's possible. But here's the thing. All of the bodies were found fully clothed except for one. Her name was Zinaida Kolganova. Her body was found partially undressed, missing her underwear, socks, and boots. And she wasn't the only one. Several others were missing clothing, too. If animals had dragged them away and partially eaten them, wouldn't they have stripped all the way? This brings us back to Yuri. He believes that all of the hikers were killed instantaneously, perhaps by a falling boulder or a sudden slide. This could explain why they didn't struggle or try to flee. But what happened next? Why were their bodies mutilated? There are 2 possibilities. One is that whoever or whatever killed the group came back for seconds, or the killer simply stayed hidden, watching the hikers from afar. But why wait nearly 30 years to report it? Whatever happened in those mountains should have been front-page news. In fact, news of the tragedy reached the highest levels of the Soviet government. In 1990, the Russian Academy of Sciences admitted that an unknown compelling natural force tore the tent and caused an avalanche. But what was that force? To this day, no one can say for sure. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think happened at Dyatlov Pass? Was it an avalanche, a wild man, a secret weapon, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling tales. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.